Tag und willkommen zu dieser Ausgabe von Tourismus Namibia. Das ist natürlich unsere wöchentliche Show, bei der wir Ihnen einige Themen bringen. Und dann haben wir diesmal allerdings nur einen Ausflugsort mit dabei, also unter Destinations, weil wir heute ein längeres To the Point mit dabei haben, also eine Videoaufnahme für Sie. Und ich führe Sie wie immer durch diese Show, Frank Steffen, wie Sie eben da sehen konnten auf dem Bildschirm. Und als erstes fangen wir natürlich mit Topics an.
Santa has a festive surprise for you. Starting 2nd December, unwrap the magic of Christmas with our Advent calendar. Spot the Christmas globes in your favorite newspapers from Monday to Friday. Scan the QR code or WhatsApp hashtag Advent Calendar 24 to the Synergy chatbot. Find the Christmas globes on NTV. Or visit our Facebook pages for daily Advent doors from Monday to Saturday. Win daily prizes. Lucky winners will be contacted and Logistics Hub Namibia will deliver your prize. Merry Christmas from Santa and his proud prize sponsors.
Unsere Themen diese Woche, also da haben wir als erstes die sogenannte Texas-Bedrohung. Und zwar fiel das zusammen mit dem 50-jährigen Bestehen von der NAFA, also unserer Namibia Professional Hunting Association, beziehungsweise unserem Berufsjagdverband. Also da sagte dann der Dr. Kevin Robertson, Namibia solle sein einzigartiges Kapital an weiten offenen Flächen und unvergleichlicher landschaftlicher Schönheit bewahren, da die exotische Wildtierindustrie in Texas eine große Bedrohung für die Jagdindustrie im südlichen Afrika und in Namibia darstellen wird. Also diese Warnung sprach er aus als anerkannter Experte fürs Management afrikanischer Wildtiere und Hauptredner eben bei der Jahreshauptversammlung der NAFA und wie gesagt anlässlich des großen Jubiläums. Robertson selbst ist ein qualifizierter Tierarzt und Berufsjäger, der für seine exzellenten Bücher über das richtige Anvisieren afrikanischer Wildtiere bekannt ist. Er erläuterte Herausforderungen und Bedrohungen, denen Namibia möglicherweise gegenübersteht und sagte, dass die nächsten 50 Jahre erhebliche Herausforderungen für die Jagd-, Wildtier- und Naturschutzwelt mit sich bringen werde. Also er erklärte ferner, dass das südliche Afrika einen Konkurrenten am Horizont hat, der die Existenzgrundlage der Jagdindustrie in naher Zukunft bedrohen wird. Also es gibt scheinbar schon 5000 Hochwildzäune und exotische Jagdfarmen in Namibia mit insgesamt 1,6 Millionen, was er immer nannte, exotische Tiere. Also er spricht da im Prinzip afrikanische Tiere hauptsächlich oder jagdbares Wild, will ich immer sagen. Und das Ganze stellt sich zusammen aus 140 verschiedenen Arten. Also ich denke schon, dass das genau das ist, was ich mal in einem Kommentar von mir ansprach in der AZ, wo ich ganz einfach also ich bin einfach dagegen, dass wir grundsätzlich unsere Tiere überall auf der Welt exportieren. Ich habe nichts dagegen, wenn Tiere zu Hause sind in Afrika und wir teilen unsere Tiere mit Afrika einfach deswegen, weil es eben in Afrika nicht mehr all diese Tiere gibt und man die wieder ansiedeln kann. Wir haben genügend davon, aber ich habe ein absolutes Problem, dass wenn afrikanische Tiere dann im großen Amerika rumlaufen, ich meine, das wäre wie wenn wir jetzt Bisons hierher bringen zur Jagd. Irgendwo passt das nicht und ich bin total dagegen und ich weiß, dass ich sehr verurteilt wurde, als ich diese Nashornexporte verurteilt habe. Da hieß es, ja, ich wüsste ja gar nicht, was los ist und so weiter. Weil jetzt wissen wir, was los ist. Unsere Tiere sind in Amerika, werden da gezüchtet und deswegen brauchen Jäger demnächst gar nicht mehr hierher kommen. Ja, und so schießt man sich in eigenen großen Zeh, würde ich mal beinahe sagen. Dann haben wir den Löwen-Naturschutz und das ist eine richtig schöne Nachricht, die wir hier haben. Ultimate Safaris hat sein Engagement für den Löwen-Naturschutz bekräftigt, indem es seine Unterstützung des Lion Recovery Fund bis ins Jahr 2025 fortsetzt. Also der 2017 gegründete Fonds entstand aus einer Partnerschaft zwischen dem Wildlife Conservation Network und der Leonardo DiCaprio Stiftung, jetzt bekannt als Rewild. und finanziert transformative Naturschutzinitiativen, also in ganz Afrika. Und seit seiner Gründung hat der Fonds fast 780 Millionen Namibia-Dollar für Löwenschutzmaßnahmen bereitgestellt, darunter allein im Jahr 2024 108 Millionen Namibia-Dollar. Und für das Jahr 2025 hat Ultimate Safaris bereits 500.000 Namibia-Dollar für den LRF zugesagt. Und das ist ich finde es eine wichtige Sache, denn in dieser Woche hatte mich die Hiobsbotschaft erreicht, dass die Delra nicht mehr aktiv ist, weil sie einfach nicht einsieht. Also der Isaac Smith sagte mir, dass man rechnet, dass zwischen 8 und 13 wüstenangepasste Löwen noch übrig sind. Und er sagt, ganz egal, was man im Moment macht, es wird die Zahl kann sich nicht wieder erholen. Also deswegen finde ich es gut, wenn man überhaupt was für die Löwen macht. Es ist wirklich schade, dass dieses kleine Naturwunder, das wir in unserer Natur, also oben im Nordwesten haben, dass das eigentlich so vor die Hunde geht. Denn Delra war wahrscheinlich mit die Organisation, die sich am meisten für eben diese Tiere eingesetzt hat. Ja, ist halt ein bisschen schade, aber Gott sei Dank, Ultimate Safaris hat dann neue Ideen und vielleicht entstehen dadurch auch wieder wüstenangepasste Löwen, die sich dann ausbreiten zum Westen hin. Dann haben wir den Weltgerichtshof. Und zwar hat Namibia in dieser Woche als Teil einer größeren Gruppe im Weltgerichtshof, also im Internationalen Gerichtshof in Den Haag, ein bahnbrechendes, also ich würde mal sagen richtungsweisendes Verfahren zur Bestimmung der rechtlichen Verpflichtung von Staaten in Bezug auf den Klimawandel muss ich sagen, und die Folgen des Nichthandels angesprochen. Also diese Verfahren markieren das erste Mal, dass sich der Weltgerichtshof als höchste richterliche Instanz der Vereinten Nationen mit dem Thema Klimawandel befasst. Und es könnte natürlich die globale Klimapolitik neu gestalten und die rechtlichen Grundlagen für dringende Maßnahmen stärken. Insgesamt 98 Staaten, wir schrieben ja darüber auch in der Allgemeinen Zeitung, also wir sprachen immer von fast 100 Staaten, und 12 internationale Organisationen haben ihre Absicht eben bekundet, an den mündlichen Verhandlungen vor dem Gericht teilzunehmen, die noch bis gestern dauerte. Die Verfahren folgen im Prinzip einer Bitte der UN-Generalversammlung aus dem Jahr 2023, dass sich eben der Weltgerichtshof ein Gutachten zu den rechtlichen Pflichten der Staaten zum Schutz des globalen Klimasystems erstellen soll. Und dieses Gutachten wird im nächsten Jahr erwartet. Und geleitet wird diese ganze Initiative von Vanuatu. Und da hat sich eben Namibia als eines dieser fast 100 Länder angeschlossen. Obwohl nicht bindend, könnte es die Grundlage für die Verknüpfung von Menschenrechten und Klimawandel in internationalen Rechtsverfahren stärken und möglicherweise eine Welle von Klimaklagen aus der ganzen Welt auslösen. Also das bleibt abzuwarten, wo es hingeht. Ich fand, das COP29, diese Unterhandlungen neulich, waren im Prinzip eine Backpfeife an die Länder, die unter dem Klimawandel leiden. Und von daher muss ich ganz ehrlich sagen, ich finde es keine verkehrte Sache, zumal das ja gestartet wurde vor COP29. Und ja, die Ölindustrie sieht sich natürlich durch die Wahl in Amerika total gestärkt. Und muss man sehen, was die nächsten 5 Jahre bringen, aber ich ahne manchmal nichts Gutes. Und der Mensch droht halt immer mehr und mehr in seiner Habgier abzuweichen von ganz normalen moralischen Fragen. Und die Natur hat keinen Verteidiger im Internationalen Gerichtshof. Das muss dann einer von uns übernehmen. Und von daher finde ich das gut, dass endlich mal etwas getan wird. Denn eins ist mal sicher, wir haben in dieser Woche in Namibia haben wir Leute gehabt, die uns Fotos geschickt haben, zwischen 48 Grad Celsius und 51 Grad Celsius zur Mittagszeit draußen. Das hat es hier vorher nicht gegeben. Also wenn mir da jemand sagt, der Klimawandel ist eine ausgedachte Spinnerei, dann soll er mal hierher kommen und sich in die Sonne stellen, wenn er merkt, wie das plötzlich richtig brennt, wenn man unter der Sonne steht. Ja, und das ist halt hier in Namibia. Trotzdem haben wir ein schönes Land und gerade darum ist es halt wichtig, dass wir es auch irgendwo erhalten. Als nächstes haben wir die Destination.
Explore the beauty of Namibia with our car rentals. From wide open spaces to the plains of Namibia's national parks. Enjoy the freedom of the open road. Go anywhere you want, whenever you want.
Ja, und diesmal haben wir das Beach Hotel in Swakopmund als Thema. Bietet Unterkünfte mit Meerblick, also ein hauseigenes Restaurant und einen Pool auf dem Dach. Alles in Gehabstand zum Stadtzentrum. Also wir haben uns da mit dem Hotelmanager Johan unterhalten und der hat uns dann ein bisschen mehr erzählt. Hier sehen Sie genau, wie es außen aussieht. Ist halt ein Hotel, ganz klar. Aber ja, hören wir uns an, was er zu sagen hat.
Yeah, Beach Hotel Swakopmund is a 32-bedroom hotel. We have 6 room categories available.
Cool.
Our newest room category is a honeymoon suite. That's right up on the 4th floor. We have some phenomenal views of both dunes and ocean, which is fantastic. I think our location is really our biggest talking point.
Definitely.
Recently, we've renovated our restaurant space and our whole ground floor. And essentially, we're all about creating home away from home for our guests, with a hint of luxury here and there. But essentially, it's about friendly, warm service. And yeah, we cater for a couple of different clients. So we've got family rooms, comfort apartments for the self-caterers.
Okay.
So we do a little bit of business, a little bit of leisure, and we have quite a multicultural team. So we feature 4 languages in our building.
Nice.
Italian, German, Afrikaans, English, obviously. Yeah, so we try and cater for a little bit of everyone in what we do in a friendly, warm way. That's what we're about. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, Beach Hotel is not a new kid on the block. You've been around since 2012.
That's correct, yeah.
Now, tell us a bit about the revamp. Where did the idea come from? Why do a bit of renovation and revamping?
Right, so I think it's important to keep up with the times. The world of hospitality and tourism, I think, has changed drastically since COVID hit us. So I think from an ownership point of view, they probably would have liked to do this a little bit earlier.
Yes.
COVID then obviously slammed the brakes on that. But yeah, soon after, it was a very fast realization, I think, that we wanted to renovate and we wanted to bring a new space to Swakop. So yeah, that's how we got into it. It started with the addition of 2 rooms. Obviously, a little bit of revenue generation is always needed.
Yes.
The demand was there for 2 new bedrooms, so that's where we started. And then it flowed down onto the ground floor. I think food and beverage is an extremely important part of a hotel.
Yes.
I myself come from a food and beverage background, so it was exciting for me. Yeah, and we traveled quite a bit and had a look at different concepts. And the idea was really to create the heart and soul of a building on the ground floor in terms of our breakfast room and our bar area. And that's really what inspired the way we've completed our renovation.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about the honeymoon suite. What can people expect there?
Right, so our honeymoon suite is a massive room. So yeah, the views are phenomenal. We've got ocean view from your bed.
Nice.
We host a scenic shower in that room, so similar to kind of your lodge, where you can shower with an ocean view, and no one obviously looking in, but everyone being able to look out. It boasts 2 beautiful balconies, one with a city view, one with an ocean view.
Wow.
Right up on the top floor of the building, just below our swimming pool. Really a segregated space of the hotel. It used to be our sundowner lounge.
Yes.
So we moved our sundowner lounge 1 floor up onto the very rooftop, and our honeymoon suite has now taken that space. I stand under correction, but I think you're looking at about a 60 square bedroom. So really spacious. It's got an open planned lounge area, an open planned little kitchenette, and the bed.
You have a swimming pool?
We do.
Okay, tell me about it.
Right up on the rooftop, so that boasts the dune views towards Walfish Bay and ocean views just over Tiger Reef's corner. Heated only on occasion, but yeah, situated right at the top of the building. It's got beautiful fake lawns around it, so a really nice chill space. We currently encourage only our residents to utilize it.
Makes sense.
But yeah, when the groups are around, December, this time of the year, it's full up there.
Exactly.
Everyone kind of uses a bit of a chill spot, but smaller than the biggest pool in town, obviously. But yeah, really cool segregated space where one can just go and chill,
And
enjoy
relax.
a cocktail, relax, and again, forget about the world around you.
Exactly, and I mean, usually this time of the year, it's very hot, so it's a nice place to kind of just maybe chill with a cocktail or two.
100%, yeah. Swakop, I think, features 40 days,
Yes.
if even that, of really good weather.
True.
But this is the ideal time to be up at the pool and just
Exactly.
chill and read a book and enjoy a cocktail. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Tell us about this beautiful space that we're in right now.
Right, so central bar area, 96 seats. The whole idea was to create different pockets of space, a little bit of a fine dining element, mixology at the heart of the room. We've got a private dining venue just behind us over here. We are all about crafting things, so we handcraft all our dishes, all our drinks. Signatures are what we're all about, so you won't necessarily walk up to our bar and find the classics listed, but our barman is extremely creative. And yeah, we challenge ourselves as a food and beverage team. We are a team of 10,
Cool.
so a fairly small team
Yes,
for the number of
exactly.
seats. But yeah, we feature some more formal dining, some casual dining, bar snacks, and beverages is really our forte here. So we feature 10 signature cocktails at a time. We try and rotate those every 2 or 3 months. And yeah, a lot of the flavor profiles will offer you different styles of drinks. There's always a gent's drink, a lady's drink.
Exactly.
And we work around the different glassware. So there's always a tumbler style drink, a long drink, a frozen blended drink, something in a champagne flute. So something for everyone to enjoy. They can all be flipped into mocktails. And yeah, our most recent addition is the addition of 2 small boardrooms. They host 12 people each. Really sort of state of the art.
Exactly.
Small, intimate spaces for your executives to enjoy. We are looking forward to the conclusion of our curio shop on our reception floor as well. But yeah, that just gives you a bit of a rundown. We're busy with a beach space just outside our fine dining room, where one can also just kick off their shoes, enjoy
Just
a bit of warm
relax.
sand.
Exactly.
And yeah, the perfect location for a cool cocktail. And once again, the addition of a little, perhaps a kiddies play area coming soon. So yeah, I would say we're about 85% of the way there. But really excited for what the future holds.
Ja, und das ist das Beach Hotel in Swakopmund, also mal was anderes. Wenn Sie sich da nur ein paar Tage aufhalten wollen, dann ist das eine gute Adresse. Als nächstes haben wir To the Point. Ja, und befassen wir uns heute mit dem Ombu Museum. Das ist insofern interessant. Der Tourguide Patrick Jeomba hat uns durch dieses Museum, also im Ombu Village, geführt. Das ist etwa 48 Kilometer weg von Otjiwarongo. Und das Museum zeigt die kulturelle Geschichte der Ovaherero durch Ausstellungen, also einige Statuen auch, audiovisuelle Präsentationen und Artefakte. Das dokumentiert auch ihre Geschichte, Wanderungen und Kriege sowie deren Auswirkungen auf die Führung, Politik, Wirtschaft, soziale und kulturelle Sphären, die eben dieser Gemeinschaft. Aber komm, wir gucken uns das Video an.
Okay, here we are going to learn about the origin of the Hero people. Where did the Hero people come from? So the Hero people are part of the Bantu people of Africa. So all of them migrated here from Central Africa, Nigeria, those areas. So the reason for migration was more about the explosion of population in the area. So they started moving until they have come to settle down in Namibia here. So the Hero people and the Himba people are quite the same family, from the same tribe. So the Himba people remain here, and then the Hero people moved to the central part of Namibia. So the arrival was in the 1600 and the 1900 is when all of them, they arrived in South Africa. So that was 424 years back. And then in 1884, a group of European countries have set a conference in Berlin where they have marked Africa as their colony, whereby Germany have marked now Namibia as their colony. That's where they bought land, and then after buying the land, they promised to protect the Hero people against the British, and then that was just a fake idea, but then the idea was to come take over the whole land. So that's where the dispute between the Hero chief Samuel Maharero and the Hero, the German's commander, rise into conflict, and then the first, on January 1904, the Germans were defeated, and then after that, the Germans sent for a lot of German troops that came to Namibia. That's where we encountered the genocide, whereby 70% of the Hero people were killed, and then those that remained ran to Botswana, partly Angola, and South Africa, where they still live up to today. I think some of them have reported back, and some of them are still there. That is a little bit more about the history of the Hero people, where they come from. Yeah. So now we are going to look into more about who are the Hero people. So as you would see here, this is how the Hero people used to wear when they were traveling along to where we are today. So they used to wear animal clothes, as you will see there. So if you see the Himba people and the Hero people, that's quite the same people. But then the Himba people still wear like this. So the Heroes, they changed because they were exposed to modern life through colonial times. So they started now wearing clothes, and then they learn new stuff, and they've changed their way of living. But then still they have kept their culture. Even if today we are wearing clothes, we have fancy cars and everything, but the culture still remains the same to the ones of the Himba people. Okay, now we are going to look at the centrality of our Herero culture in cattle. So along the way, the only animal that the Herero people knew was the cattle. So they did not have sheep that time, they did not have goat. So the cattle was the only animal that they travel along. So the Herero people respect cattle a lot. So most of our things come from cattle. So as you see those houses at the village, it's made out of cow dung. You mix it with termite and water. So that's how they plaster their houses. And then the clothing was also from the animal hide. And then also we have our sour milk. So there's quite a big difference between the fresh milk and the sour milk. So the sour milk is, we store it in our calabashes. So these are calabashes. And then the milk is the one that is milk, and then it's put inside here. So and then it becomes fermented. Fermented, and it becomes what we call omaire. So the omaire is one of the food that the Herero people eat or drink during that time, because things like such as pap and other things were introduced in the after colonial time. So before we had, now we have donkeys, we have donkeys and horses, but then back in the days, the source of transport from place to place was the animal bulls. That's how they use this transport. So when a newborn is born in the family, they use this. Back in the time, it was also from animal hide. To put the baby on the back, they use this one also. And then when somebody elder passes away in the family, they would normally slaughter a bull, and then they would use the horns to mark the grave. And then also it states that when there is no cow meat, there is no wedding, because there are certain part of the cow that perform certain rituals at the wedding. So if there is no meat, there is no cow, there is no wedding. So as you will see here, the bride and the crew, they are sitting together, they are eating a certain piece of rib that is nicely cooked, so they must share this. That's also how they vow their marriage also. And then the most important one is what we call omade or dongombe. So this also comes from the cow milk again. So you put the milk in the calabash, and then the ladies, after it gets fermented, the ladies every morning, they will sit down under the tree, then will be churning it until they produce what is called baja. So this baja, they will store it until it's a lot, and then they cook it. That's how we produce our fat. So the meat is always common, also come from the cow. Those are why the Herero people love cattle a lot. And also they are most important, the Herero dress. You know the Herero dress, the lady that the Herero women dress? So the idea comes from their cow head. So during the colonial time, the Germans were selling these Victorian dress to the Herero women. So they took that dress and transformed it into their own traditional dress. So they add the headgear, and then today it's called Ohorogowa. That's how the whole idea came through. Okay, now we are here at some of the things that we use at the village. So we have two types of calabashes. So as they are there, they have two different functions. So this is the one that is used for producing the butter through churning. So the milk will be put inside here, and then the next day it will be fermented, and then they will be churning it until they produce their butter. So this is the normal one where they just put the milk, and then the milk, when it's ready, they will pour it in this what we call a horo. So they will take, normally when there is guests, we offer milk to our guests, and then they will putting it here, and then you serve your guest. And then this one is all ehoro e kandero. So when the ladies, in my culture, it's only the ladies that do the milking. So you guys must know, once when you are married to a hero man milking, you must milk. So they believe the ladies are the one that should be doing the milking. So the men only the men only interfere when the animals are a bit wild. It's only when the men go milk. But then the ladies, every morning it's your duty to make sure that the family have clean milk, nice milk, and ready for drinking.
The men always sit in the shade.
The men, so the men have quite a lot of jobs. Like now when it's like we are going through a very dry season. So the men, most of the men will be traveling distances to go stay in the cattle pods, taking care of the kettles. If the grass is finished, then they have to move again. And then they almost do what we call the heavy job, constructing houses and building houses and riding horses. So the ladies, I think, they have a very easy job.
Do they ever drink the milk fresh, or is it always?
Yeah, normally like for newborn babies, they boil it and then they also drink it a bit fresh.
Never fresh from the cow.
Yeah, fresh from the cow, like it's also very nice. It's also good for the babies, but then they prefer to boil it. Yeah. So, and then we have, these things are also at the village. You can see there, but then the villages, the rooms are quite small. So I want to explain here about some of the things. So when you go there, you just view and then you pass by. So here we have also a collective of different type of herbs that are collected from the rivers, the mountains. So these herbs are collected and dried out. So the main purpose is more like for traditional perfumes. So these perfumes, the ladies, normally during that time, as normal pastoralists, so they used to move from place to place. So, and then they were not exposed to this new perfume, cologne and stuff. So they only have traditional raw perfume. So they use it for the housing, and then they also use it for what we call, like for this purpose, is more like for a smoke bath. So the smoke bath is whereby you take these dry herbs, you put it here, break it into small pieces, and then you put a little bit of coal here. So normally the ladies use it for steaming themselves, and then in the armpits, and then they do their hair, and then the ladies will sit down and then on it, lift the dress and then sit on it, and then the whole body will be steamed. So that's how they do their also. But the ladies are going to show you guys at the village more in.
Schönes namibisches Deutsch, das Video, die Videoaufnahme natürlich. Aber wie gesagt, das war das Ombu Museum, also gleich außerhalb von Otjiwarongo, ein Ende weg. Ich finde es schön, dass es mal sowas wieder gibt. Denn es gab ja lange das Museum bei Okakarara und ich hatte mich da mal heimlich eingeschlichen. Im Prinzip ist es schade, wie da mit Spendengelder was Tolles aufgebaut wurde und das eigentlich so ein bisschen vor die Hunde geht. Aber das ist, wie gesagt, mit dem Ombu-Museum so ein bisschen aufgehoben. Wir sind auf jeden Fall am Ende unserer Show angelangt und ich hoffe, Sie ein wenig unterhalten zu haben. Wir sehen uns dann noch wieder in einer Woche. Bis dann, passen Sie auf sich auf. Tschüss.